for the running backs, when you're not tackling to the ground, sometimes it's tough to make an impression during the week. But game day, Charles, these running backs have a chance to shine.
They certainly do, and since it's a meat and potatoes type of a game and draft that we're getting into, how about we get into a little meat with these running backs?
Yeah.
Ollie Gordon from Oklahoma State. That's a fine ribeye right there. He can run inside with some thump, and then he can take it the distance when he gets to the second level. How about Devin Neal? 3 years at Kansas where he was a 1,000-yard rusher, a 4-year starter, another 220-pounder who can bump inside. And finally, R.J. Harvey from UCF. You have somebody who can take it the distance at any time. R.J. Harvey, 48 total touchdowns in his career. He may not be as big, but he's awfully fast.
UCF all-time leader in touchdowns. Maybe a running back could take home the MVP trophy today, but 8 of the last 9 MVP trophies have gone to the quarterbacks. So we got a lot of intrigue as we get set for kickoff here from Mobile. And that is, of course, on the way. You know, they say the draft starts here in Mobile. We start with kickoff. American versus National on the way here in the 76th annual Reese's Senior Bowl.
And now we meet
Also a big opportunity for some rising NFL assistant coaches. Giants offensive coordinator Mike Kafka leading the national team today. Browns special teams coordinator Bubba Ventrone leading the American side. Bubba got the boys fired up just moments ago. Let's go! We talked about it all week. Football is a game of fundamentals. It's a game of fundamentals. You played football your whole lives. Go out and execute with great fundamentals today. If you see a mini Bubba on the sideline today, by the way, that is his 11-year-old son, Major. Bubba told me he is the Brian Urlacher of his youth league, getting to meet some of his heroes, helping out Dad, a future Senior Bowl player himself, Brett.
Rocking that 33. I love it right there. Hey, Major, I'm told, also has the offensive call sheet. So, you know, Tom's made a habit of getting down there and trying to influence some play calls. Might have to influence Major.
I see Major cover a kick out here. He's ready to go.
There's no question about it.
That's the family business, isn't it?
Just like his dad.
Yeah, no doubt. Special teams coordinator for the Browns. He's done a great job this week. Those compete periods, boy, for Bubba Ventrone's squad have been awesome all week long.
I'm sorry, Rhett. Major has to star in the remake of Little Giants.
Oh, yes. The annexation of Puerto Rico. Let's have one. All right, we are ready for kick. The national team won the toss and elected to take the ball. So we will see Mike Kafka's offense first. We are doing the collegiate kickoff, right? The new NFL kickoff, the dynamic kick, probably a little bit more difficult to go through the ins and outs in a constrained period of time and teach that to the college guys. So we're going to keep with the collegiate kickoffs today.
Yeah, there's a lot of adjustments that are going to be made going to the next level. That's one. We don't see that change in this ball game. But just throwing with the different football and going to the ground, you'll see it at least once today, where somebody will go to the ground and not realize that they're still alive. Get back up and go.
That's right.
Or a guy just forget to tag them when they're down.
Exactly.
And he gets up and goes.
So it'll be Ole Miss's Caden Davis teeing up the ball and kicking it off for the American squad. Back deep to return. Looks like we have Xavier Restrepo from Miami and Jalen Lane from Virginia Tech. And the first kick will be returned here by Restrepo, taking it out. Good coverage by the American team, as you might expect. All right, let's take a look at the rotation of quarterbacks, fellas, that we are going to see here today. Again, the national team is going to get the ball first, and Dylan Gabriel will trot out. Big Ten champions with the Oregon Ducks will be followed by Tyler Shuck. And then from Laurier University, we mentioned it at the top of the broadcast, the Heck Crichton winner, top player in Canadian college football, will be on following those two guys. But, boy, Dylan Gabriel, CD, you talked about it at the top of the broadcast. Impressive left arm, really mobile too.
Yeah, no doubt about it. He's got so much experience. Multiple offensive sets for him. UCF, Oklahoma, and Oregon.
And Ollie Gordon will get the first carry, as you talked about at the top of the broadcast. Big physical running back. We'll see plenty of him. Let's take a look at some impact players here, DJ.
Yeah, when you look at some of the impact players, you saw in the very first play, Gray Zabel, who's starting at guard from North Dakota State, can play any of the 5 positions. He's been dominant all week long, was dominant on that first rep. Then Harold Fannin Jr., he's going to be someone who can get down the field as a tight end. Got a little Antonio Gates to him.
Yeah, he certainly does. And Billy Bowman, the safety. Smile Mondin coming over from the University of Georgia. Both of them will tackle you in the secondary.
Dan Jackson finally brings Ollie Gordon down after a nice game in this national team offense, working the ground game early on here. Jonah Monheim in there at center, another one of the guys we really liked on the interior.
You just mentioned Gray Zabel, DJ. Got a nice block there, number 77 from North Dakota State. And Ollie Gordon finds the hole. So look at Zabel right there. And also next to him, also helping out Marcus Bowe from Purdue.
Yeah, Marcus Bowe is better when you're in these team settings than in a one-on-one setting.
Some quick pressure there on Gabriel, but he's able to complete that pass to Harold Fannin Jr., the tight end.
Savon Jones got up the field.
Yeah, he certainly did, didn't he? But let's go back to Gabriel, because you're starting to analyze all these players, DJ. Something you said earlier in this week has stuck with me. And it's about him and his ability to go through his progressions when he's going back in the pocket.
Everything he does is quick. I mean, you're going to see the natural comparisons to Tua. They're left-handed. They don't have elite size, but they see things quickly. They get the ball out quickly, and they get it out accurately.
A couple of times we saw his arm strength, too, push the ball out.
Did you just mention Savon Jones?
That's the second time.
Savon Jones, 2 sacks. That season opener against USC, big one.
Hey, Gray Zabel, who didn't give up much during the week, has got beat 2 snaps in a row here by LSU's Savon Jones.
Middle of the pack there in the LSU yellow helmet, the gold helmet, just ends up winning right at the line of scrimmage and envelops the ball carrier.
He can play on the edge or inside. I like him better inside, where his quickness is a matchup nightmare.
And I think we're really seeing that here early on. Dylan Gabriel, first pass attempt is going to go to Woody Marks.
Oh, guess who?
No surprise there. 261 career receptions for Marks, and he gets another one here. Smile Munden comes up with the stop.
He is very comfortable working out of the backfield, and you can get him the football from his alignment in the backfield, CD. I think you could put him out in the slot as well. Here you get him out to the perimeter. He knows how to set up blocks. He's real natural in the pass game.
And we've got some mobile guys up front. You mentioned the meat and potatoes. But this meat and potatoes comes with some agility because on that play, Jonah Monheim, number 70, Gray Zabel, 77, both got in front of Woody Marks to help him out.
There's that left hand of Gabriel, though, getting a deflection.
I think that was
Wyatt
Black might have got a hand on that. At almost 6'6", 337 pounds of him.
Yeah, 84-inch wingspan and 35-inch arms. So yeah, it's I'd say that's probably in his skill set right there.
And Red, you noticed the helmet of Dylan Gabriel. You told us this story earlier this week.
3 schools, all 3 represented: UCF, OU, and then finishing at Oregon. Pitch out to Woody. I tell you what, he was the best player on USC's offense this year. Their most consistent player, and also pound for pound might be one of the toughest dudes out there.
He's really put together. I mean, he carries that weight really, really well. When I saw him on tape, I did not know he was walking around carrying 215 pounds.
That's right.
You know what that reminds me of? Alvin Kamara. Because when you see Alvin Kamara in a uniform, you think, oh, wow, he looks, almost on the slight side. Then you find out he's 217, 220, and packs a little bit of punch when he goes through the line of scrimmage.
Played for Mike Leach at Mississippi State before USC. Leach, RIP, called him tougher than boot leather. Played with a broken nose at a game against Alabama. As Xavier, is that Restrepo right now? That was Jaden Higgins coming up with a nice grab from Gabriel here.
He looked at Arroyo, was able to come off that read quickly, the tight end from Miami. Then he gets Higgins dragging across the field, CD. And just a little nuance, a little moxie to his game. He just retreats, buys a little bit of time. I also think at that size, getting some depth from the line of scrimmage clears up his vision as well.
Absolutely. And don't you think also with his personality and that calmness, it transmits to his offense in a game like this where everyone's going to be hyper in the beginning, and he's got him on the march.
March is exactly what this national team offense is doing here early on. Stayed on schedule, a couple of first downs, now into American team territory here with Ollie Gordon getting another carry, been the early workhorse for this national team offense. It's Jaden Higgins that, once we get down to the red zone, really start keeping an eye on that big frame too.
I keep an eye on Arroyo as you get down here in the red zone as well. Big tight end from Miami's up at the top in the slot. It's on the right side of the screen. That's a backwards pass.
Yeah. Oh, we got a double. We're going to go trickery. Ollie Gordon let one loose, and we got it connected. It's Jaden Higgins with the first score of the Senior Bowl. Is that legal? Are we good with that?
Not only is it legal, how about the way Higgins finished with a little crane kick celebration? But Ollie Gordon, you guys called it right from the beginning. Backwards pass. That's a lateral. Nice heads up, gets a nice block in front of him. I believe that was Restrepo, number 6, who is a slot receiver. Watch in front of Ollie Gordon. See Restrepo, number 6? He provides the block to give him enough time to get rid of the football. And then Higgins is the only one who sees the ball ahead of Mac McWilliams and is able to make the play on it, and it turns it into a touchdown.
I'm going to give Tom his first homework assignment.
Yes.
I watched all the practice tape. They never ran that in practice. That had to have been installed in the meeting room because they knew the other team would be keeping it.
say. Yeah. Unwritten rule on trick plays. I guess we're not into that, but that's okay. Everything is fair game on that front after what we saw.
I think that type of trick play, no one loses any sleep over.
Nah.
If you onside kick,
it might be a problem.
Then we might have a little bit of a conversation.
Fair enough. No surprise onside here, Sean Payton.
It's about as entertaining a start to an all-star game as I've seen in 20-plus years.
I just love the coordination because, as you said, DJ, we didn't see it at all during the practice sessions. So to be able to walk through it in private and then go out and execute it, credit to everyone. And everything had to happen. Gabriel to Higgins, blocked by Restrepo. To Gordon, and blocked by Restrepo, and then Higgins with the catch.
Ryan Fitzgerald kicks it off. Fair caught by Brashard Smith. We go down to Tom with some more details on that trick play. Tom?
Well, I chased down Jason Vrabel, the Packers assistant coach, who's the OC for the national team. He told me, DJ, they actually did run that in practice. Somebody with an iPhone shot video of it. It went viral. But this is the Reese's Senior Bowl. Anything goes. They ran it anyway.
Wow, that must have been like a walkthrough period. I did not see that one.
Hey, Tom, if that went viral and no one really picked up on it, it must have come from my account because I don't have one.
CD goes dark on social, but we are lighting up this stadium now because the hometown hero, Fairhope's finest, and the leader of the Notre Dame national title run, Riley Leonard, in at quarterback. All right, first handoff goes to Trevor Etienne, Travis's younger brother. Travis, of course, the Jaguars running back. Let's take a look at your quarterback rotation here. It's a little bit unique for the American team offense. Riley gets the start here. We will announce Jalen Milroe as the starter of the second half. Of course, the Alabama Crimson Tide quarterback, so we'll see him to start the third quarter. In between then, you'll see Jackson Dart from Ole Miss, very much in that QB3 conversation, as DJ mentioned. And then Seth Hennigan from Memphis will join the party as well. What do we think here? Do we think we're going to see 9 runs on this opening drive for Riley Leonard, as he did in the national title game? Nice first completion for Riley Leonard. Gets that out to Ty Felton. Let's take a look at our impact players here. Charles?
So as we check out who we have today, how about Jack Besh, wide receiver for TCU, 1,000-yard receiver this last year. He will go up and get it and then run over you after the catch. And Trevor Etienne from Georgia, the running back who's a transfer from Florida, already seen him with 1 carry, DJ.
And on the defensive side of the ball, Jeffrey Bassa from Oregon has been awesome all week long in coverage as well as against the run. And Darius Alexander, number 9, you see him as a defensive tackle in there. He's been a nightmare to block.
Trevor Etienne gets a good head start there, picks up a few on first down, and he's one of those guys that you've really kind of pointed out as one of the leaders of the pack in this group, DJ.
He just wasn't healthy all year long. I think if he stays healthy, he's locked in as a day 2 pick.
Yeah. And
I think when it's all said and done, that is where he's going to end up. And he's had a good week, catching the ball out of the backfield, the one-on-ones, the pass protection, he's aware. He's helped himself. It's nice to be healthy.
Yeah, no doubt about it. I really like the play that was made out in the corner. Is that Tommy Hill, 31, who's wearing a blue helmet?
Was that Melvin Smith?
Melvin Smith. Yeah, it was a trade. We had a trade for Melvin Smith. He's wearing Tommy Hill's 31. Tommy had a good Thursday, got banged up, had to leave Mobile, but Melvin Smith was really good. Darius Alexander up on the interior. The guy who started his career as a left tackle, made the switch to the defensive side of the ball, and he's going to go pretty early here, Deej.
Yeah, when you're over 6'3", you're a little over 300 pounds, and you're long and know how to use that length. You see him there. I mean, he is central casting for what you want a defensive tackle to look like.
I love how he wears a single-digit number, trying to be that slimming number for a defensive tackle.
All right, Riley Leonard going back to the air. Nice connection. It's Jack Besh who makes a catch, takes the hit, and Jack's been making contested catches, big catches, going up and getting them all over the place here throughout the week.
Throwing them into some contact here, and there's no flinch from Besh. It's a nice ball, but you're throwing him into some trouble. And CD Besh, there's no fear in his game at all.
There's no doubt in my mind that from the time he started playing as a little kid, that he was the one who told his parents or his brother, throw the ball, and he'd run up against the wall and catch it. You know what I'm talking about? Bounce off the wall to make that catch. He's the one diving into the pool when you throw him the ball. He makes those type of tough plays, and he makes them look easy.
Oh, he just let him go. It's a game. I think you're allowed to tackle him.
Yeah.
He just tagged him off like it was practice.
That is a handshake deal right there. Nice work there from Jeff Bassa, not taking a kill shot on Riley Leonard. We go down to Tom Pelissero.
Brett, all players here are wearing stickers on their helmets honoring Tiger Besh, the former Princeton football player who was killed in the New Year's terror attack on Bourbon Street in New Orleans. His brother, TCU wide receiver Jack Besh, you just saw him make that play. He's wearing his brother's number 7 in this game.
Yeah, Princeton Tiger as well, Tom.
That's
Tiger
right.
Besh playing for the Princeton Tigers, and Bob Serace in that crew was an all Ivy League kick returner wide receiver.
Certainly our thoughts to the Besh family. Great family, football family. Jack's uncle Brett was a receiver at LSU like he was. Played in the league for the Saints for a few years. Strength and conditioning coach for the Cowboys. Just absolutely grief-stricken with what happened in the terrorist attack on New Year's Day in New Orleans. And our thoughts continue to be with Jack and with his whole family. You see Tiger there on the left. They were so close, and he's doing this for Tiger now.
And a very cool story that will add on to that to finish it up after this play.
Riley Leonard gets a little pressure, but hangs tough and gets that one off to
That ball's
Arian
out.
Smith. That ball came out. It's picked up with one hand by Sebastian Castro, and they're letting this one go. As it stands now, this is going to be a fumble and recovered.
Did not call it down, Red.
That's right. We've got a strip by Sebastian Castro and picks it up. So let's take another look at how this happened. Great punch out here.
Well, Castro with the tackle, and then as he's going,
he's down.
He's
down.
clearly
He's
down.
down.
Yeah.
Yeah, that ball should stay with them.
Yeah, I think the officials are going to get together, pretend like somebody somewhere else is watching it, and just go off what you saw off the scoreboard right there and get the ball back.
But you understand.
The reception and the fumble recovered by the defense. First down.
Okay.
Oh, that's tough.
Remember, no replay on.
No replay assist.
So-
Oh, there is
Those are their
replay in the
call.
stadium. You just
Yeah.
go off that.
Go with what's called there.
Okay, so we've got a turnover for the American team. Offense will bring the national team out up 8-0 from Mobile.
Welcome to the NFL Scouting Combine.
I'm a versatile player. You go low, I can go over top of you.
He hurdles a guy backwards.
Here, you can speak dreams into existence.
Whether I'm cutting a route, setting blocks, or crushing teams.
said that Castro is one of those guys that's kind of a typical idol, right? Took him a little bit of time to get comfortable. Once he did, boy, he really take off. And it's kind of in the next in line of those great Iowa defensive backs. 27 of them have gone into the NFL under Kurtz's tenure.
Brett makes such a great point, DJ, about that. Bill Parker, the longtime defensive coordinator there. What do they do at Iowa to keep giving us these types of players, DJ?
Oh, they get a bunch of smart, tough, physical football players on both sides.
Yep. Talked to Parker about Castro after a practice, and what she said might have been his best of his Iowa career, a guy that has the never arrived mentality. So we'll get back to the national team offense here.
Boy, was that a smart play.
Savon Jones is living in the backfield so far in this ball game. 34 out of LSU. It's every single play he's getting penetration. Here he is working inside against Bartholomew, the tight end. That's a tough assignment.
But look how smart Tootin was, the running back. Bashal Rose Tootin. He sees him coming. Did you see him angle his body like, yeah, I'm good. I'm not taking this direct shot. Going down to the ground was the smart play by Tootin.
We got a pre-snap movement up there at the top.
'71, 5-yard penalty, second down.
Marcus Woods, our official for the day, announcing the false start penalties. So that's the first negative play we've seen from the national team offense after an incredible first drive.
Big Anthony Belton from North Carolina State, DJ.
Who I would like to see get going here is Kyle Williams, the receiver from Washington State. He's down here on the bottom of the field, and they're going to go to the opposite side and go up top.
Pat Bryant will get the reception from Illinois. Got 10 touchdowns this year for Brett Bielema and the Fighting Illini. Did you see, by the way, Belton hit the Jets? They're getting out on trying to get in front of Bryant.
He had a great week, 345 pounds.
Heaviest
and he
of the
can
week.
Move. I think a consistent week.
And he has a very apt nickname. You know what his teammates call it? Escalade. And when he moves like that, with that type of bulk, no doubt about it, he's smooth.
Could call him IHOP. He had 51 pancakes this year. Dylan Gabriel once again rolling out to his left, showcasing that mobility a little bit on the run. Oh, trying to fit one into a tight window for Bartholomew. We saw
Munden almost got that
hand
one.
on it.
Yeah, Munden could have had that one, and that's an example of when you get to the next level, some of these windows, they shrink real quick when you're trying to throw the ball back inside, rolling out to the left. He's directing traffic, and Munden's got his eyes on it the whole time. That should have been picked.
Yeah.
And that tells you about a player who doesn't just take over his assignment. He sees the play continue to develop and kept getting depth on his pass drop and got into the passing lane to break it up.
And he did a nice job in one-on-one coverage all week long.
And you know who was chasing Dylan Gabriel right there? Savon Jones once again. All right, so the punt from Jeremy Crawshaw is going to be fielded by Jack Besh. And we'll bring the American team offense back out and get another glimpse of Riley Leonard. Fairhope's finest taking the field once again when we return. pretty comfortable saying that Riley Leonard was the most popular autograph request of the week, or one of. We'll give him one of. Fairhope's finest right there from just down the road. Signing autographs, got a Notre Dame jersey right there, and one of 4 players with Mobile area ties. Buddy on his team, Shamar James, went to Faith Academy in Mobile. Linebacker for the American team. Tez Johnson was one of the best in show at wide receiver this week. Couldn't make it to game day. And then Jamal Pritchett played his college football right here at Hancock Whitney Stadium for the South Al Jags.
And I believe his cousin Nehemiah was here last year. Played at Auburn, a 5th round pick of the Seattle Seahawks.
Sunbelt's leading receiver, receptions and yards. Get a chance to see him shortly as Riley gets set to kick off this second drive for the American team. A little false start action here. Let's see if we get this sorted out.
Offense number 57, 5-yard penalty, still first down. Please set the game clock 3:27.
Maybe you mean 67?
I think Jackson Slater. Well, he's not in. Green helmet's not in there.
I'll have a 57.
There we go. Logan Brown from Kansas, at long last, gets the hook.
Logan Brown was like, that 57 was fine.
I thought he was just fine.
You didn't need to bring it back around.
I'll tell you what, this is a talented defensive tackle duo with Farmer out there and Alexander.
Farmer lived in the backfield in those one-on-ones. What, he got pushed around a little bit by Logan Brown right there.
Really nice play jumping in there. Was that
Jonas
Sinker from Virginia, who I think has had a nice week, DJ. We don't talk about safeties very often, but number 20 in white to the left of your screen, jumps up into the gap, makes a nice tackle.
Has a quick read. He's flat-footed, doesn't waste any steps, and just pulls the trigger and goes and makes a play.
Short tackle right there on Trevor Etienne, who lines up. Sidecar on the left side here. Get a chance to... He's kind of been the practice... He was the practice player of the week for that running back position for the American team, and has been used often. There's Jack Besh making another catch. The ball pops out, but out of bounds.
We were talking earlier about the unfortunate loss of his brother, Tiger Besh, who played at Princeton, and Tiger's friend, Ryan Quigley, who he played at Princeton with, was with him that unfortunate night, injured in the aftermath there. The Philadelphia Eagles have given him tickets to go to the Super Bowl.
Awesome. Yeah.
And they said, hey, if it's too soon for you to go back to New Orleans, we understand. He said, no. He said, I promised Tiger I would take him to the Super Bowl with me. Wow. So he is going to that Super Bowl and is taking Tiger with him to that game. Nice move by the Eagles.
Indeed, Tiger, one of those who heroically helped save others.
It's a nice throw right there.
He's off to a nice start.
Riley has been heating up.
He kind of drops his arm angle a little bit here, but the ball jumps out of his hand.
So all the way down at the bottom of your screen, watch the receiver get into his route. But watch the dispatch that ball's delivered with, and a great adjustment by Tesla from Arkansas.
Yeah. A couple years at Hillsdale, D2 Hillsdale, before transferring into Arkansas. That's right.
Really nice job, because that ball's a little bit inside, and he made the adjustment to go get it.
When they're going to tap into the speed of Arian Smith and take a shot here before too long.
Tevin Neal picking his way through the national team defense. Nice vision right there for Kansas's all-time leading rusher. Brought down by Jonathan Edwards, who was a game day trade from the American team over to the national D.
And Neal's just, everything he does is real smooth. He's real fluid. He's smooth. He's got great vision and balance. I want to see him get out in the open field and see if he can really go. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to seeing.
And I think in a game like this, when it's a one-on-one with a defender, he's 220 pounds. Use that 220, drop a shoulder on him.
Riley with a little play action, going to get it out to Jamal Pritchett.
Besh
made plenty of plays right here at Hancock Whitney Stadium.
Besh and Logan Brown, those are the two key blocks out there on the perimeter on that screen, CD.
And you had just mentioned arm angles with Riley Leonard. He did it again on that one. Changed the arm angle so he could get it out there to the flat, because he did have a defender trying to get into his face on the pass rush. Good adjustment by Leonard. And as you mentioned, really key blocks out on the perimeter.
Rams scouting staff probably taking a close look at Jack Besh with how physical he's been in the run game and in the contested catch department. We know how they like to use their receivers in that front.
30-second timeout.
All right, so we're going to take a timeout for the American team. And once we finish up here with the Senior Bowl, all eyes will descend on Indianapolis before they hear their name called in the 2025 NFL Draft. It's the top prospects heading to Indy to put on a show for scouts in attendance at Lucas Oil Stadium. The 2025 NFL Scouting Combine, February 27th through March 2nd on NFL Network. DJ, part of the Triple Crown. You got your one-liners for Rich Eisen ready?
Work in progress.
Okay.
We've got time.
Okay. All right.
Yeah, he's fast on his feet, as you know, Rhett.
I do.
You don't have to worry about DJ. He creates lines in real time.
He's a good goalie, though. I try to slip a couple by the goalie during that week. It's very tough to do.
Do we have football on the stick in the house? Is there anywhere?
Oh, you mean here?
Yeah.
I think Rich guards that. I don't think he lets it out of his sight.
I would imagine you are correct there. All right, Riley Leonard working with a fresh set of downs here as the American team approaches midfield.
Here's your shot.
Might get your wish on a shot play. Oh, I was trying to get Jack Besh just a little out of his reach. Darian Porter looked like he was in coverage there.
Well, Besh thought it was going to be more to the sideline, didn't he, DJ? That ball ended up more downfield. He was trying to adjust late.
They were not on the same page.
Besh thought it was more of like a 7 route, kind of a flag route. And Riley Leonard was throwing it more upfield.
All right, so that's going to do it for the first quarter with the national team up 8-0, but the American team driving. The day after last year's Senior Bowl, we found out that one of our NFL Network producers, Larry Campbell, passed away. Larry, part of our NFL family for over 17 years, worked on a lot of our Senior Bowl practice shows, worked with a number of people on a number of different projects at NFL Network. One thing was always clear. He loved football. He loved being a part of this team. Larry was just 49 years young. And a couple of months later, our NFL Network family took another hit, losing our graphics producer here on our Senior Bowl broadcast, Jake Wisniewski, who I know, Charles, you guys had a chance to spend a lot of time with here over the years.
Yeah, we certainly did. And look, what's perfect for both of them, DJ, that we'll remember, not only did they love football in the NFL, they love people. They love the team that they worked with, and we love them.
And Jake always had a smile on his face. And LC, wonderful, wonderful man, and the sharpest dressed man at NFL Network.
Look at that shirt.
Man has some style. And when you saw Jake in his picture getting ready for his wedding, two wonderful men. We're going to miss them both.
Our thoughts to both Larry and Jacob's family. And Julia, I know you're watching. We have our thoughts and prayers continue to be with you.
To really embrace life, you just have to learn to let go.
Bellinger stepping in.
I mean, I think the Bills did it at the highest rate of anyone this year in the NFL with the extra offensive lineman coming in, Alec Anderson.
Oh, come on. We're going to lose this 6-0 lineman package here really soon.
5-yard penalty, second down.
I had a game a couple of years ago, Brian Daboll and the Giants sent in the extra offensive lineman, and he was the eligible player.
Yeah. That's right.
And he jumped. Play never got run. He got to the sideline. Let's just say Brian Daboll expressed to him that play will never be called again.
That page got ripped out of the playbook. We got it. All right. Traditional 5 offensive linemen back here for the American team offense. Jalen Royals into the game at the bottom of your screen. Wide receiver. Devin Neal. Some good pressure from that national team defensive front led by Landon Jackson.
And Landon Jackson made the play, and if he doesn't, Jeffrey Boss is right there. An inside linebacker. Both those players excellent against the run. You're going to see Jackson from the backside. He's able to knife through, and Boss is able to read it and fill immediately.
You know, from time to time, you got to make sure we, try to keep players in this game, right? Get all the way to game day. Jeff Pasa, you might have to drag him off the field. He's one of those guys that's going to try to take as many reps as possible. Look at him out there communicating, see him moving the arms. Riley Leonard going to go down.
I believe is that Jackson again?
Junior Tafuna
That was Utah.
on the interior. Junior Tafuna from Utah gets through and gets a big stop on third down to force the punt.
So, Rhett, I love when you read my notes here from him all week long. Yeah, go ahead.
All power.
That's what he does. There's not a lot of, we're not going to worry about a lot of hand swipes and rips and a lot of different hand movements. We're going to put our hands on your chest, and we're going to take you where you don't want to go.
As our English teachers used to tell us, not a lot of nuance to his game.
Man, that was power on power, really, in that one-on-one matchup. Clay Webb was the guard, and he ended up getting inside of. And we'll get another punting opportunity. This is James Burnip from Alabama with a skying punt. Back deep, Jalen Null. Get a chance to return this one. He does indeed. Some good initial blocking out there by the national team punt return squad. They'll have the ball back, and we'll get a chance to talk to the architect of these two fine rosters. Executive Director of the Senior Bowl, Jim Nagy, is on his way up to the booth when we come back.
And now we meet the new Reese's Big Cup with chocolate lava.
It like this it's a great way to end it.
You got a lot of high-profile quarterbacks in this game. Take me through what you saw from those guys through the week.
Yeah, I mean, the thing, if we're talking about the whole group, they all got better, which was the main thing. Very rarely do guys come out here the first day when they're being asked to do so many new things and light it up. So they got better every day. I mean, everyone had their own day. So I'm excited to see who lights it up in the game. So far, Ollie Gordon's thrown our only touchdown in the game. So hopefully one of these quarterbacks gets in the mix.
Are double passes actually allowed? I was unclear. Is that a legal play in this game, or is it anything goes?
Why not? You know, it's an all-star game. Let's spice it up a little bit.
Who else helped themselves through the course of this week?
I think there's a lot of small school guys. Gray Zabel was our overall practice player of the week. And so what I do is I text a front office guy from all 32 teams. He was on like 28 of the 32 teams. So he had a phenomenal week. You look at like Darius Alexander. We saw what Quinyon Mitchell did last year. Now his teammate Darius Alexander from Toledo. There's too many to name, but those are two that stick out.
You also do a ton of great stuff off the field during this week, feeding the Gulf Coast as well as the parade. Take me through those events.
We flipped our community service day. So we usually do that on Friday. This year we did it on Monday. Feeding the Gulf Coast is a big thing for us. We also partner with them for a turkey bowl thing we do in town around Thanksgiving. And through the week last night we had the Mardi Gras parade and concert. The players love the Mardi Gras parade. So Senior Bowl Eve is becoming a bit of a thing with that. So that's fun. It was just a great night in Mobile last night. And today, this is what a better day for Mobile, Alabama than this.
Great day, great game. Thanks, Jim.
Thanks, Tom.
Guys.
Great work there, Tom. Appreciate that. As Gavin Bartholomew makes a grab from Tyler Shuck, quarterback who has spent 7 years in college football. His final season coming at Louisville after starting his career backing up Justin Herbert at Oregon, then found his way to Texas Tech, endured some season-ending injuries, but has persevered and had a really good week, Charles.
He's got 3 more degrees than I do, Charles.
He did have a good week, and I want to get back to that with DJ. Yeah. But 7 years you mentioned. Remember when 7 years of college down the drain was a funny line?
Yeah,
now 7 years is 7 years pretty good, right?
That's right.
DJ was shocked, with the week that he's had, coupled with the season that he had, because he had injury issues at multiple schools, right?
Yep.
First year he's got a chance to throw the ball consistently. What have you seen from him so far?
Well, you see the obvious, which is he's got excellent size. He can drive the football. And early in this week, a lot of people ease their way into Senior Bowl week, and I'm just going to try and take no. He was attacking with vengeance down the field. I think he dialed in a little bit more as we went through the week, but that's his style. He wants to push the ball vertically.
Also ended up with the largest hand measurements as we get ready for a timeout on a 4th down play. The largest hand measurement of any of the quarterbacks, just under 10 inches, and put that to good use as well. We'll show you that in just a little bit. Had one of the more unique plays we've ever seen from a quarterback. Here we go. In the shotgun. He's looking off to his left. Snap comes out far right. Yeah, just a casual Harlem Globetrotter flip right there.
I've seen quarterbacks catch snaps with one hand my whole life. I've seen quarterbacks flip the ball, spin the ball. I've never seen it happen at the same time. Charles, that's a new one for me.
And when it happened, the way that he did it, did you two not feel that he was like, I've been waiting for this opportunity?
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
This was not a reaction like, oh, what do I have to do? It's like, please give me one of these snaps. I can show this is what I do.
It was awesome. They've just been gripping it and ripping it. And this is, by the way, his 6th offense that he's learned this week.
But you did mention, DJ, how he pushed the ball downfield. Remember when Mike White was here a few years ago out of West Kentucky? He was one of those same people who wanted that ball downfield from his first throw.
A couple of tough yards there for Woody Marks. The spot at the top from the official
did not get it
on a 4th down here.
I'll tell you what, Anthony Belton, when you look at 345 pounds of him working against Y.A. Black at 337 pounds, that was a heavyweight wrestling match.
You did feel the booth move a little, didn't you?
Good night.
Wondering what that was. Okay, so maybe, favorable spot, to try to make up for the fumble call, perhaps, here to get the American team offense back out onto the field.
That's just a possibility.
Yeah. Let's see what Bubba Ventrone's squad
gets ready for. Let's just give the defense some credit.
Yeah,
big stop.
That's fine. That's fine. Big stop. Sure. I'm into it. And we'll see the American team offense led by Jackson Dart when we return.
before NFL honors in New Orleans.
This is where all of the stars will be walking out.
Catch football's best and entertainment's biggest names as they light up the red carpet.
It's just the beginning of something bigger.
The NFL Honors Red Carpet Show, Thursday at 8 on NFL Network.
Big play coming up for the offense.
Don't jump. Don't jump.
Yeah, with Dart, Rhett, it's someone who's played a lot of football. He's accurate. He can move around. He's big, sturdy, strong.
Oh, flea flicker. They're going to take their shot at trickery going down the middle of the field for Jack Bash, who goes up and makes his signature contested catch.
We are playing aggressive football right now. Get the extra lineman to firm up the protection, CD, so you give Dart a little pocket to throw from. And threw a nice firm ball.
Now, if he throws it out in front...
If he throws it out in front, it's a touchdown.
It's an easy touchdown. But if you're going to throw it like this, as you mentioned, firm and flat, did he not pick the perfect receiver?
That was not an easy catch. Right? He's got a hand up right in between his hands, and he's able to just pull that one in. But body control from Besh, man, that's what stood out the most.
But Red, as they say, that's what Jack Besh does.
That's what Jack Besh does. Contested catches and toughness on display here for the American team. 39-yard connection.
Pretty soon you'll be in the crab cakes in football.
Yeah, you better believe it. Well, number 76 play like a champion. All right, Trevor Etienne gets stuffed up there. It's Sebastian Castro in there. Looks like Darius Alexander making his presence felt once again.
Yeah, we're seeing linemen, not only skill position players, but linemen are coming in and out.
I like it. Everybody's getting that opportunity. I know with all-star games, what's difficult is playing rotations, and sometimes there's an inequity about playing time and all that. I love when they rotate them in and out. Everybody gets their opportunity. That's why they're here.
Well, 5'10", Willie Lampkin is getting his opportunity, snapping the football to Jackson Dart here at center, coming from UNC. 5'10", 270 pounds.
Even that light blue helmet going back towards the huddle.
55 in orange.
He's my AQ Shipley hopeful.
No timeout.
That's it.
He's my AQ Shipley hopeful.
There's no timeout.
Bubba just said takebacks. No, you didn't say no takebacks. No timeout. That's called timeout.
Is that kind of what Sirianni did in that ball game where he saw the penalty and waited and let's change that.
I'll take that timeout back, sir.
This is where Jackson Dart in a zone read game can be very dangerous. Just a matter of whether they would call that here in an all-star setting.
C.J. Dupree in at tight end, top of the screen in the slot. Dart working the bottom, but getting a little pressure and showcasing his mobility, and he's going to get into the end zone. Jackson Dart putting the American team on the board.
He's done that a bunch.
And then they remember the Titans at the end of it.
14 career touchdowns on the ground. He's strong. He is very, very strong. He's 226 pounds. The pocket collapses on him, but then he doesn't mess around, doesn't try and get to the perimeter, Charles. Just get up the field, north and south, and you're not going to get him on the ground.
It was interesting, DJ, as you saw the pressure coming from his left and lane open to his right, but he took one more beat. And as you talked about, made himself a little small and still came up where the pressure came from. In a sense, he replaced the pressure with himself and inserted himself into the end zone.
All right, so we're going to go for two once again. It was Dart bounced off the tackle attempt to Justin Barron, gets into the end zone, and now on the rollout, he's going to go in the back of the end zone for Isaac Tesla, who makes another difficult catch in traffic right there to put two on the board for the American.
So they hit a big play down the field. Dart runs one in and then shows off the athleticism on the move. He wanted Etienne right now. He got off of it quickly and worked to the back line.
Good, strong hands from Isaac Tesla on the 2-point.
You know, I beat the dude so bad at the line, I got 4 or 5 yards of space. But I would say just that adrenaline rush of the ball being up in the air. People call them 50-50 balls. I like to call them a 75-25 ball. Just when that ball's in the air and it's you versus one other guy, you know, who's going to go up and who's going to attack that ball, who's going to get it, and who's going to win that rep. So whenever, I can jump up and I come down with those balls, I would say those are my most exciting catches that I really enjoy the most.
So with Jack Besh, the mentality is not it's a jump ball, it's my ball when the ball's in the air, and enjoying some handshakes with his teammates. There's Jalen Milroe. We'll see him to start the second half. But also got to give a little credit to Isaac Tesla, who's made a couple of contested catches as well, CD.
Yeah, no doubt about it. And DJ, when you see that and you hear Jack Besh talk about it's not 50-50, it's 75-25, how does that feel when you're, doing the analytics and the analysis of these players hear that kind of confidence.
As a quarterback, every time I hear 50-50 or you're going to say 75, I just need to know that the DB has a 0%. That's the most important thing. So let's make sure that takes place.
You want that number bumped up a little?
Exactly. And then hopefully you do a little north of 50, but he has been excellent. Tesla as well, who's a big slot receiver.
They're both 100% on contested catches so far.
Good point.
Xavier Restrepo fields that kickoff, and that'll come out to the 25-yard line on the touchback. As we bring the national team offense back out, and we're going to get another look at Tyler Shuck running the offense for Mike Kafka. 8-8 ball game here with 9:19 to go in the second quarter.
You got to get Higgins back going again.
Yeah. Had that big double pass catch from Ollie Gordon, who, by the way, only attempted 2 passes in his Oklahoma State career.
Can you believe Higgins came out of high school with only 2 offers? Eastern Kentucky and Austin Peay.
Tyler Shuck, plenty of time on the rollout, but he's going to take it down and run it, sliding down as we go down to Tom Pelissero.
Right, I'm here with Dylan Gabriel. 2 series for you, Dylan. I don't know what the odds were that you weren't going to be the one to throw a touchdown pass for your team, but at least put some points on the board here.
Yeah, hey, Ollie's been doing that, so it was fun to watch, and then, just coming down with it. We try to do our due diligence how we celebrate.
Tell me about the work that you put in through the course this week, your microwaving chemistry with all these different guys. What's it been like?
Yeah, it's been difficult at times, but all positive in terms of getting around new people and learning new stories and all about them. But there are growing pains with that, and we just been having fun while doing it. And this is an unknown time for a lot of us, but trying to enjoy it all.
I would ask you what it's like to put the helmet on one more time, but you got a special helmet here if you can show it to us. It's showcasing your entire journey through college football.
Yep, it's a blessing. You never take any opportunity for granted that you get to step on this field, so made the most of it and definitely smiling.
Last year, Bo Nix came in here, played his way into being the 12th overall draft pick. You broke his record with 63 college starts. What kind of an advantage is that, do you think, going forward?
Yeah, I think just playing a lot of football, a lot of experience. Been in a lot of places and played a lot of different teams, but you learn a lot about yourself throughout that process and, how to find a way to win throughout all of that. So it's a big blessing, and I'm excited to be here. So
you're the smallest quarterback here, but I'm guessing that's nothing new for you. I've seen some photos of you as a kid back in Hawaii. You're never the biggest dude on the field. What are some of the things do you feel like you can do to take advantage of that and overcome it?
Yeah, I feel like I just want to find the right fit. Someone who doesn't give a rip about that, and just wants a winner, wants a baller. So I think that'll be perfect for me, finding the right fit in that way and good alignment so that, we're not talking about it.
Tell me the next 3 months here leading up to the draft. What are you going to be up to? What do you still think you got to prove?
Yeah, grinding out in Huntington Beach with 3D QB, just getting that work in, and then, got the combine ahead and pro day. So attacking that, and then we'll see where, life takes us.
Good luck, Dylan. Thanks.
Thank you.
Tom, thanks. Dylan, one of 2 FBS players since 1996 with at least 3,000 passing yards and at least 30 touchdowns at 3 different schools. You know who one of the other ones was? Right, at multiple schools. It was Russell Wilson, who stands about the same height as Dylan Gabriel.
Two schools for Russell.
Yep.
North Carolina State, Wisconsin.
That's right.
I remember when that always used to be a story. Guy transfer, goes to another place and does it. Now, we haven't bat an eye until you get to school 4.
That's right. That's right.
Trust me, I was in draft rooms in draft meetings, and it was like, why did this guy leave?
Yes, that's always the first question.
We're going to spend the next 10 minutes figuring out why he left.
Yep, you got to find out what the story was behind it. Now, I'm not sure we're even asking the question. We know the story.
Now we're having a conversation like, why'd this guy stay?
Yeah.
Sure. Yeah, Dylan really mastered the art of connection.
Or he got how much to go where? That's what you're asking.
And if you were wondering, he did not bring the minivan down here to Mobile, as Tyler Shuck makes a nice throw across the middle. It's Jalen Lane from Virginia Tech on the receiving end.
Jalen Lane, a little over 5'9", 191 pounds. He is quick as a hiccup. You saw that in the one-on-ones during the week. Here he is working across the field.
He'll be working his way this way.
There you go.
As you described.
He's got natural hands.
We think
runs
about
right
that
through the ball. Gave him a chance to run with it.
That was Brandon Adams, BJ Adams from UCF. making the tackle.
He got off early.
Who got that jump?
That was Peebles.
Yeah, Aeneas Peebles.
That's his game. That is his game, and I say that with admiration, don't DJ?
He might have been a touch early on that one, but that was explosive and quick, and he is going to win on edges.
It's been an entire season, 2 seasons now. Watching offensive linemen get off so early in the NFL, you see it week in and week out. I'm giving this defensive lineman one. I mean, these offensive linemen are jumping so fast.
Almost goodness. Did that hit the ground?
I thought it kept it.
Did he catch that?
Facial toot and stayed with that. They're going to call that a catch.
They're not saying it hit the ground. They're going with it. We'll have to see what the replay tells us.
He thought he was going to get ready to get with a Big Mac there by Mac McWilliams. He was sitting there waiting for him.
Who kept the block out on the perimeter? Let's take a look. Because you had to hold that block a long time for Tootin right there.
It's Jalen Lane.
Oh, hit up. Yeah, he did. It popped right up off the knee and caught it.
Was that Noah?
Jalen Lane.
Jalen Lane, number 83 from Virginia Tech, held his block a long time to allow that ricochet to occur.
Here's Tyler Shuck going back to Lane on a 3rd and 10, but that comes up incomplete. Pretty good coverage there, Caleb Ransaw, but I was getting a little bit of pressure. Princely Uman Mielen.
Or as the coaches call him, Princely.
That's right. That was one of our favorite moments from Bubba Ventrone's compete period at the end of each practice. He'd
tell me your last name again?
Yeah.
All right.
We're going to go with the first name twice.
Let's go Princely.
Yeah. Always think of an old play. Anything Goes had a great character named Nicely.
Oh,
It's eligible.
Here we go, friends. We're going to attempt a 57-yard field goal right here for Ryan Fitzgerald. His career long was 59. He was 5 for 5 on 50-plus yard field goals this year in a tough year for the Florida State Seminoles.
He only had 14 extra points this year to tell you how much their offense stalled.
And that's going to push just wide, although it felt like it might have had the leg.
Yeah, he definitely had enough leg. Just pushed it a little bit.
Did not miss a single kick this year, but that one didn't find its way through the uprights.
Well, it's a new year.
Indeed.
Okay? It's a new year.
Indeed. We were talking a little bit about Bo Nix there with Dylan Gabriel and Tom Pelissero last year. Bo, of course, from right here, Pinson Valley. Had a terrific week. Nice touchdown through there to Brevin Spanford. And then, a couple of times on the Move to Six podcast, DJ, we were talking about Bo Nix might be the offensive rookie of the year, especially in the middle portion of the season.
Yeah, they kept giving him more responsibility, putting more on his plate. You see Sean Payton knowing what he has in that young quarterback.
DJ, we had a little bit of an unusual year with how much success rookie quarterbacks had. I attribute a lot of it to how long they were in school and the experience that they brought with them. What'd you think?
That was the thing that they had. I mean, all that experience, and we've seen guys struggle over the past 5 or so years who don't have that experience.
Anthony Rich had 13 career starts at Florida.
Offense number 76.
It's hard to catch up.
5-yard penalty, first down.
Pre-snap penalty for the American team offense, but we had the 6 quarterbacks that went in the top 12. 2 of those 6 ended up playing right here in Mobile. Bo Nix was one of them. Michael Penix, the other, both ended up starting. Penix will enter next season as the
keys to the
starter.
car going forward.
Listen, Nix went to the playoffs. Jaden Daniels went to the playoffs, number 2 overall.
That's right.
I mean, rookie quarterbacks, a big year for those guys who were drafted in top 6.
Alert for the national team defense. One of the fastest guys on the field just got the football. That's Marcus Yarns from the Delaware Blue Hens.
Ray, you could have alerted them just a little bit earlier than that.
Taking a look at some of the rookies we saw in the NFL this year that began their draft journey right here in Mobile at the Senior Bowl. Ladd McConkey was just an absolute stud in those one-on-ones. You got to see him all year long with the Chargers, DJ.
Yeah, people ask, how do you cover him? I said, I'll let you know when somebody does.
That's right.
Braden Fisk went into lore here at the Senior Bowl. Remember, he switched teams morning of game
day trade.
And played almost every snap.
With Jackson Dart feeling the pressure. Going to step
Jackson
out of it.
Get pressure again.
Dart. Got some easy mobility, but it looks like we're going to get a holding call here.
Landon Jackson's been active from Arkansas.
Yeah, you're going to have to pardon my language here, but he says he just likes to go out there and play
number
pissed
72.
off.
10-yard penalty, second down.
It works for him.
It does. So the holding penalty will set this American team offense back a bit.
You remember Landon Jackson, an LSU to Arkansas transfer? Remember in the old days you didn't transfer within conference? Now we see it all the time. Guys finding their spot. Caleb Sanders, who had been there before, a linebacker, right?
Yeah.
Went to Denver.
Drew Sanders.
Excuse me, Drew Sanders. Thank you. Went to Denver, playing there for the Broncos. But you remember his move from Alabama to Arkansas. Paid huge
position change too there.
Went from edge rusher to much more of an off-the-ball guy, and right back to edge rusher. He did it all.
Second 20. Are we going to go with a little screen here? What do we got?
Just pull out another trick play. Why not?
Throw that bad boy downfield. Because that's what he did throughout the season. Remember his yards per completion.
And Jackson
more pressure.
Again.
Jackson winning, and Dart runs right into Garrett Dellinger, the LSU offensive lineman there. But another big piece of pressure right there.
How does he like to play again, Landon Jackson?
Pissed off?
Well, guess what? I'm going to have to add that to my life a little bit because it's working really well for Landon Jackson.
Well, you know what? It worked really well for him in 2023 against Alabama, where he had 3.5 sacks and 11 tackles.
If you're into that.
If you're into that sort of thing against the best of the best type of competition. All right. We are at the 2-minute warning with a tie ball game. National and American both with a touchdown apiece. And we got the final 2 minutes of the first half on the way. Overall pick in that draft by our old friend Charlie Castro in the Houston Texans.
I bet DC's still riding high off the Dodgers too.
Oh boy,
it's gross.
That baseball thing cuts deep, doesn't it?
It really does.
Marcus Yarns remain in the ball game next to Jackson Dart, piloting this American team offense. Another strip sack. Landon Jackson gets around the edge, and the national team defense is going to be able to get on top of it for another turnover.
Make yourself some money, Landon Jackson, coming off the edge. He's won a couple different ways. He's won with speed. He's won with counters. This time, just a little swipe move and then flattens right to Jackson Dart. And not only does he get to him, CD, able to locate the ball and punch it out.
Yeah, punch it out. Then watch the hustle by his fellow defensive lineman there.
Colin Oliver.
Really good job, because Oliver had been rushing the passer and was actually on the ground, sees the ball free, pops up, and goes and gets it. Excellent hustle by Oliver.
All right, so minute 54 left in the game, and we've got, in this first half, we've got Tyler Shuck back with the national team offense.
He almost popped that run. That was Ollie Gordon. Yeah, he almost popped through.
Because he's run very well so far in this game. A lot of it between the tackles, showing some toughness. DJ, as you noted, one step right there, right? If he's able to get his foot out, he's off and going.
Ollie, the leading rusher so far for this national team. But again, this is some situational football stuff here in the final 2 minutes of a half, going in to try to get a score.
He's also the second league passer.
Fair point.
Nice vision, too.
Big hit by Caleb Ransaw, along with Jack Kaiser. Ransaw coming down from his safety position to put a lick on Gordon, but not before a nice gain to move the chains.
And Ollie Gordon's not falling back when you hit him either. He's always going to be falling forward.
Ransaw understood that and brought everything he had with it, but as you noted, Rhett, an impressive run by Gordon before the tackle.
Can we get Kyle Williams the ball up here?
Love to see Kyle Williams get into it. Right now we're going to stick with the bell cow back so far for this national team offense. It's been Ollie Gordon.
Looks like Eugene Asante from Auburn triggered on that play, made a nice tackle.
All right, so one timeout remains for the national team as we're under a minute. Here's Tyler Shuck. He's going to throw it to Ollie Gordon. Didn't make a habit of catching a ton of passes there in Stillwater.
Yeah, but I watched him in practice. What'd you think, DJ? I thought he was a pretty good pass catcher.
Yeah,
He may not have caught many at Oklahoma State, but you know that he can.
Timeout. National team, the second and final of the half.
Okay, so the national team uses their final timeout, and we'll get back to the action here shortly. Meantime, the action is really kicking off in Orlando as the Pro Bowl games take over. The league's brightest stars showing out for the ultimate flag football showdown. Pro Bowl games presented by Verizon continues tomorrow at 3 on ESPN and ABC. Look at it. The dodgeball is one of my favorites, but I'm most intrigued to see if Peyton Manning can finally get over the hump. You know, a guy just has won nothing. He's got to get a win, especially with little brother Eli Manning standing on the other sideline at 2-0.
It'd be real devastating if Peyton doesn't get a win in a Pro Bowl.
It's really tough.
I mean,
it's really
poor guy.
But they're probably going to get replaced.
I don't know what he has to look forward to if he doesn't get a W.
Tough one. All right, so now final 37 seconds here of the first half. We've got a third down play here for Tyler Shuck. Over the middle. Oh, goodness, picked off. It's Caleb Ransaw. Ransaw gets a nice return all the way out to the 27-yard line. Shuck was looking for Harold Fannin crossing the middle of the field in the end zone.
His eyes got stuck, CD.
Yes.
When your eyes lock on and get stuck, and especially down in that area of the field, they're going to jump it every time.
And I don't think that on this play, because Fannon's going to go to the middle. And I don't think that's one of those ones where you should expect Fannin to settle.
Yeah.
I think he's continuing across. I think that's just a bad throw.
Good protection.
What do you think, DJ?
I think he's late.
He's late,
I think
and
it's
he's
got to be early. And
right? Because normally, in some situations, you might expect your receiver to settle and hook up there. That didn't appear to be that play.
So Caleb Ransaw came with John Sumrall to Tulane from Troy together. Just one interception in his career, showcasing some good hands there.
What a series for Ransaw. Big tackle and then that. Oh, nice play.
Good defensive play by number 11. Jonathan Edwards, his teammate.
Another trade.
Yeah. A little game day trade. Jonathan Edwards came over from the American team defense to the national team defense to help a shortage of corners, and Jackson Dart was looking for Arian Smith, who's got speed to burn.
Yeah, big time speed. This ball just a little bit underthrown. Dart tries to get it up early. He's got to get it out there.
Good. The one thing he's going to have to do, because this is a college play, look at Edwards' left hand. See where he's riding him and just staying with the shoulder pads?
Yeah.
In the NFL, that hand's got to be off.
Yep.
Because once that ball's gone down, once you're 5 yards downfield, you got to cover them normally. NFL's about scoring touchdowns and points. They're not going to let you impede them with an arm bar downfield.
Good news for Jackson Dart. Landon Jackson's not in this series.
That's wonderful news, in fact. One timeout remains for the American team.
You got hit again.
Is that Josh Joyner on the outside?
Got a flag
Carson
out
Vincent.
and an injury.
Carson Vincent at left tackle's having a tough time with all the speed that's getting thrown at him.
Like Jalen Royals was in there too, in the backfield. He was the one who was a little slow to get up.
I thought it was Josh Joyner coming off the edge.
Might have been Joyner, yeah.
17, and then other people were coming from the inside as well, DJ.
Running on the field's incomplete pass. Hands to the face. Defense. 10-yard penalty. It'll be third down.
Okay, let's take another look at this with the illegal hands to the face and the pressure that was put on Jackson Dart.
See it coming off there to that left side.
So it's actually
David
from the
Walker.
backside.
Yep.
It's Walker, number 33.
David Walker from Central Arkansas.
Remember, he started his career at Southern Arkansas. Went to Central Arkansas. And by the way, a 3-time All-American in in Division II.
I'm glad
I
you
still
brought that
call
up.
it 1AA, by the way. I'll never give that up.
I have trouble going to this FBS, FCS, and I get in trouble for it all the time. But if you're going to stand with me in solidarity, DJ,
yeah,
1A and 1AA. How's that?
Walker, 31 sacks for his career. He actually had NIL. He had NIL offers to kind of upgrade and find his way into FBS, but he said he wanted to become legendary at Central Arkansas.
He was.
He wanted to leave a legacy. He wanted to set records. And
he did every bit of that. You name it, he did it.
Well, we've got the Delaware back in Yarns, who is outstanding catching the ball, and this would be a good time to get him involved in a screen.
Final 20 seconds here. Going to call a draw for Jackson Dart. Going to get down quickly, see if they use that final timeout here, or if we're just going to let the clock go.
It's a lot of quarterback runs for a guy of Dart's stature, isn't it?
That's how he plays, though. That's his brand of football.
I understand, but in an all-star game, you don't usually get that.
He had over 1,500 career rushing yards, but we're going to end the half tied 8 apiece for the national and American teams as we head down to Tom Pelissero.
Bubba, the ball was on the ground a little bit more than you'd probably like there, but you said you wanted to be aggressive. You hit the flea flicker. What was your assessment of the first half?
No, good execution on the flea flicker. A few too many penalties. We got to protect the football.
How much of Jalen Milroe are we going to see in the second half, and what's your message to your team?
He's starting the second half if we get the ball, so excited for him to get an opportunity to play in front of this good crowd here.
Thanks, Bubba.
Yep.
Guys.
Tom, thanks very much. Winning was the message that Bubba Ventrone laid out to his team throughout the week and today, and they'll have that opportunity as we're tied at 8. We've had trick plays, we've had highlights, we've had contested catches. We're going to have the second half when we come back, but right now you get Mike Gann and David Carr at the half.
And now we meet the new Reese's Big Cup with chocolate lava, which obviously comes from the Reese's volcano that flows with ooey gooey melty chocolate lava. I'm no geologist, but that looks pretty darn good.
I'm getting vaccinated Pfizer's pneumococcal pneumonia vaccine.
So am I, because I'm at risk for pneumococcal pneumonia.
I'm getting Prevnar 20 because pneumococcal pneumonia could put me in the hospital. And my risk is 6 times greater because I'm over 50.
The CDC just expanded its recommendation for those 50 or older to get vaccinated. You're also at risk if you're 19 or older with certain chronic conditions. Prevnar 20 is proven to help protect
And he's played a lot of football. He's going to find a place, and he's going to be able to get into a camp somewhere.
You know, I smile in my head because they talked about those hand measurements, like 10,
it's crazy,
whatever it was, and then I immediately started thinking about Kenny Pickett. It's a real thing.
Yeah, it is, because, I mean, it's like we used to argue all the time. Tom Brady even sent a fax over to my house, back in 2003 or whatever it was. We're trying to get the footballs where we can break them in, where it's not easy to grip, you know, and you've seen guys even like Brady, like Kurt Warner, they'll throw gloves on, Pickett, just trying to find some more grip. So it's an important thing to have. You got a big hand, it's a lot easier.
The facts
from facts, bro. Tom Brady facts is wild. Still got it. It's Peyton too.
One of those, yeah. Game day final, when it's done, we'll have you covered. Enjoy the second half.
The fact that this Reese's ad showed up at this
leading rusher for the national team and has thrown a touchdown pass, 32 yards to Jaden Higgins. Riley Leonard got the usual game day text from his mom that read, "You suck." He did not suck in the first half. In fact, was very efficient leading the American team offense, but it was a lot of fun to watch the hometown hero.
But that text sent with nothing but love.
Nothing but love. It is part of it, their routine. He loves it, gives him a little chuckle before game day. We had a little chuckle, had some fun up here with the entertaining play calls from these offensive coordinators that showcased a little creativity, DJ, starting with that double pass from Dylan Gabriel to Ali Gordon that ended with Jaden Higgins.
Yeah, we'll pull out all the stops here in an all-star game. Let's have some fun and be aggressive. And we saw it in the form of 2 trick plays. Now, you can call trick plays. I've seen them called in all-star games before. I don't know that I've seen them executed quite this well, CD.
Yeah, rarely executed to this level. And all elements of that play worked quite well. And how about finishing with a little crane kick?
Oh,
for Jaden Son. And then how about right here? Little flea flicker, and if that ball's thrown to the right and deeper, it's an easy touchdown. But he threw it to the perfect person, and that's Jack Besh, who I think wants to make a contested catch even when there's none to be made.
Yeah, 75-25 is what he told us on those contested catches. There are no 50-50 balls in Jack Besh's world. Fired up for the next 30 minutes, but I also want to see how Mike Kafka, head coach, is firing up his squad for the second half.
All right, fellas, talked about it all week, man. We're right here at the point to go win this thing. Second half, defense, you kick it off, get it rolling up early, let's go fishing and you'll win it. That's to hit it out.
Hey, here we go. Let's go. Bring it up. Everything you got for these last 30 minutes right here. Let's go. Fly around and have fun. Let's go. Dominate on me. Dominate on 3. 1, 2, 3. Dominate.
All right, there's Mike Kafka leading that national team. into the second half here. We're going to have the national squad receiving the kick. It'll be Brashard Smith on the return. We'll get Florida State's Ryan Fitzgerald, who attempted a 57-yard field goal in the first half. Went just a little bit wide right to kick things off here. American team will receive. And we've got action here, folks. And a little squib kick might have topped that thing. That's going to go out of bounds. And it's going to give the American team, it's a pretty good field position here.
Number 14. Ball was placed 25 yards from the spot of the kickoff.
This is where you need the PA announcer to go. Now in at quarterback.
Yes.
Yes. Get this crowd fired up.
From the Alabama Crimson Tide.
Because it's really a great move by Jim Nagy and the teams to make sure Milroe was the starting quarterback in the second half.
That's right.
Because you're talking about an Alabama kid in this game, that keeps people around, right? If you're Jose, did you say Milroe's going to start the second half? We're not going anywhere. Let's watch him play.
Better believe it.
There we go. And here they threw him up on the screen, and you hear the cheers.
Love it. A lot of Crimson Tide fans down here.
I love when you produce a game, DJ.
I'm trying. Man,
he does a good job. So Jalen Hurts, who you might remember as a Senior Bowl participant before he was drafted in the second round by the Philadelphia Eagles, had his Alabama rushing touchdown record for a quarterback broken by Jalen Milroe, who will begin this drive, handing it off to UCF's R.J. Harvey with a couple of tough yards here.
Yeah, I think you're going to see with Milroe, get the run game going a little bit, and then you're going to see the offense play off that run game. That's what he does well, CD. You get him out to the perimeter, let him push the ball vertically down the field, and then let him use his legs, because that's when the fun starts.
Yeah, that's the interesting part, because normally in an all-star game, quarterbacks, you kind of rein them back in on the run game, but that's such a big part of what Jalen Milroe does, and now that he's had to wait to start the second half, I don't think he cares much about, hey, I don't need to run the ball much in this game. I think he's going to want to.
This is their speed package. They have speed all over the field on offense right now.
And Milroe, pretty good protection there. A little low for Marcus Yarns, running back out of Delaware. He's wearing that helmet that kind of looks like the winged helmet of Michigan. But here's a look at what we saw from Jalen Milroe during the practice.
Well, the size is the first thing that you see, and the ball does jump out of his hand. He's one of the unique guys, CD, because I think he's a little more comfortable vertically than he is on some of the quick game and underneath. Want to see him be a little bit more refined, a little more accurate underneath intermediate. But he's a big play hunter. He can make big plays down the field, and then you can use his legs at any moment in time.
And we're going to
Jonathan Edwards from Tulane.
Ty Robinson had a little pressure there. He was able to push the pocket 94 from Nebraska.
The D-tackle, D-end combo guy. Look at Junior Tafuna, number 58, also pressing the pocket, and then he takes off and goes. So here comes is that Dellinger again?
Dellinger. That's his role.
So DJ, I was just going to ask you, is it lazy to say early comp with Milroe, Anthony Richardson?
I think that's one that I've heard quite a bit down here this week. Now,
it just seems so obvious. I've wondered, is that a lazy comp for him? I think he's Anthony Richardson adjacent.
Justin Barron with some really good work getting into the backfield from, I think he was playing line. He's played all over the place.
A lot of linebacker this week. I think he's transitioning guys. Those safety days, wherever they were, I think they're going to go away. He looks like a pro linebacker in waiting.
Began his career as a wide receiver for the Orange, then transitioned to defensive back, and then played the final 12 games for Syracuse at linebacker.
Jalen Milroe is going to grow into being, a pure pocket player. But his strengths right now, get him on the move, let him move around, really create, make some plays.
Good nice ball.
Sharp ball
right there.
You can see it jumps now. It jumps out of his hand.
And I think that's part of the reason that Richardson comes into play. But the way the ball jumps off of their hands, obviously the physical build of both of them. Believe it or not, Richardson's bigger. But there's a lot of similarities that way in their ability to take the ball and run with it and turn it into a big play.
A lot of times talk about quarterbacks getting into your legs, right? Get into your legs. That's where your power comes from. He doesn't need to.
Yeah.
He doesn't even have to have his feet lined up. He can just let it go all arm and really, really deliver some velocity.
You made that same point about Richardson in his time frame, right? Being able to just all arm and make the play.
RJ Harvey gets the edge, turns the corner before eventually being pushed out of bounds by Jonathan Edwards from Tulane. RJ Harvey, a guy who's, just seen a ton of work.
Well, I think it's because he's local, because CD already adopted him. We get our guys during the draft process, and he already stole this one.
You talking about Mr. Harvey?
Yes.
Yeah, listen, this is a guy that put up big numbers at UCF, came back this year and put in a great offseason. Added weight, added strength, spent that time in the weight room. No loss of speed, no loss of quickness. You don't score 48 touchdowns in your collegiate career just by being fortunate.
You got
43 on the ground, 5 in the air.
Oh, got a free rusher off the edge. Oluwafemi Oladejo from UCLA getting to the blind side of Jalen Milroe.
And Jalen Milroe, that's his teammate there, the tight end. Dupree, who got beat off the edge. That's a tough block to come all the way across the formation and be able to pick him up. You're in a tough spot there when you get that type of get off.
But it's something that Dupree's going to have to adopt, because you see it on every offense, every week in the NFL. They're bringing that tight end from one side to the other, and is expected to pick up that that pass rusher.
Credit to Femi Oladejo, who's about 11 games into his journey as an edge defender, transitioned from the off-ball linebacker spot to allow Carson Schlesinger to enter the lineup as a linebacker for UCLA, and then just finished his career as a Butkus Award finalist. To see RJ Harvey take another carry.
I know we're not allowed to blitz here, so I'm going to guess that Reed, 32 from Utah here, just made a really early run read, the linebacker.
You know what the coach told me that's called? He told me this years ago. Coach, is that a blitz in an all-star game? No, that's
it's a run-through.
No, that's straight-ahead pursuit.
Yeah.
He was at the line of scrimmage when that ball was snapped.
Corrine Reed from Utah.
You can't penalize him for having good reads.
Was a Hula Bowl standout and earned an opportunity here in Mobile. Love seeing that during All-Star game season.
You got the safety in the middle of the field, so you've got opportunities on the outside if you want it.
Oh, another sack. And this is David Walker from Central Arkansas. That's his second of the day.
And he had a good week. He is a leverage rusher. Not the tallest guy in the world, but he is big-time speed to power and explosiveness, and he can work inside or outside. Here he's lined up inside as a DT, working on 74. That's Clay Webb, and just went right around him.
Hey, DJ, as a scout, when you hear people say pass rushers travel, pass rushers, those numbers, they go across the board, do you buy into that because of the level of play that he played in Hart College?
It translates.
It translates.
There's a
well,
long
right?
track record of production in college translating the NFL at that position.
50-yard field goal attempt, just wide left for Caden Davis. Put a good leg on that one, but couldn't quite put the points on the board for the American team. National back out on offense when we come back to Mobile.
And now we meet the new receiver.
All right, 144 miles west. When we finish up the Senior Bowl, all eyes shift to Super Bowl 59. And our friends at Good Morning Football have you covered. Weekdays, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, all through Super Bowl week. They'll join the party down in New Orleans late week. Jamie Erdahl, Kyle Brandt, Peter Schrager, Akbar Baja Villamila. I offer to be their correspondent as a New Orleans native myself. I still haven't heard back yet. But
I'll tell you right now, Schrags will not pay for dinner the whole week. He's going to have enough freebies lined up.
That's right.
Yeah, he knows everybody.
Well, the Chiefs and the Eagles spent plenty of time here in Mobile. 19 players from the Chiefs roster played in the Senior Bowl. 20 for the Eagles played in the Senior Bowl, including Quinion Mitchell, first-round pick of the Eagles this year, and Senior Bowl Hall of Famer Lane Johnson back in 2013.
Yeah, Lane Johnson, he went from being, in the 20s in that draft, launched all the way up into the top 10 and the top 5.
That's right. Great point.
If you redrafted with his career, he might have gone number 1.
No question.
Okay, folks, welcome Taylor Elgersma from Laurier University in Canada. In a quarterback, and boy, did he get a free rusher.
Sure looked like a blitz to
me. It did look like a blitz from Demetrius Knight from South Carolina.
Can we see that one from the beginning?
Knight, I don't think he's playing defensive tackle 5 yards off the ball, but
can we see it?
Trying to heat up the Heck Crichton Award winner from Canada? Oh, no, it was right at the snap. That was right at the snap.
That's a very good read by Demetrius Knight, and his feelings are hurt right now that we question his ability to play by the rules.
How about Elgersma sidestepping that kind of nicely right there in his first
done
rep.
by him.
Handoff goes to Bashol Tootin from Virginia Tech, who's got speed to burn as well.
Showed a little power there, a little pop.
Another one of those guys that's got big-time return ability, DJ, and obviously that's something as we fill out our draft profiles on these guys that'll come into play for Tootin. 290-plus yard kick returns for scores in his career.
See a little bit of the swapping of logos from other schools coming into play here.
Whoa, Savon Jones. Hey, now.
Yeah.
Again.
Whoa.
And we've got some serious pass rush going on here, folks.
He did not get the sack, but watch the move from 34 inside. That was dynamic.
So Savon Jones rushes the passer. DJ, you want to throw up the SOS, don't you?
He's right there.
Right here.
And he's gone. That was a track meet.
That's a tough one right there because that was Caleb Rogers, I believe, from Texas Tech, trying his best to stay in front.
I don't think he touched him.
Now you see him, now you don't.
Yeah, Princely Umanmielen owes Savon Jones a steak dinner. He was the beneficiary of that rush, got the cleanup sack. And now we'll have a punt from the national team. Jimmy Dike from Florida back deep to receive this punt from Jeremy Crawshaw.
Turned it over. Nice punt.
And pinned him inside the 20. Although we do have flags. Let's see what the call is here.
During the kick, holding, receiving number 13. 10-yard penalty from the end of the kick. It'll be first down.
All right, so that's going to set the American team offense back half a distance to the goal. Savon Jones destroying offensive linemen.
You get a quarter, but how'd you feel?
I felt great. I just love playing ball. Like, I'm so happy to be out here. A lot of people said I wasn't going to play because I played like a few days ago. Yeah. And how could I not? Like, I love getting out there and competing with the guys, man. So grateful to be back here in the hometown. I can just, it's pretty nostalgic for me.
You went back to your old school as well. What was that experience like?
Incredible. I mean, they had a whole pep rally for me, something that, I'm kind of an introvert by heart, so I didn't want to get up there and speak in front of all of them, but it was a great time. They kind of inspire me every day to wake up and be a better person.
So, Riley, the next 3 months here leading up to the NFL draft, there's a whole lot of steps in this process. What are the remaining things you feel like you need to prove? What all are you going to be up to?
Yeah, I think there are a lot of things I need to prove to a lot of people, but, I try not to take the opinion of others too seriously. All I'm worried about is reaching my full potential. So, whatever that may be, I think I can prove myself in the pocket a little bit. Thought I stood in there well today and delivered some good balls, but just looking to, get better and better every single day.
And real quick, too, about this game, just take me through some of the big plays in this game.
Yeah, no, there's some big-time plays. I love when they call a shot. I'm able to look into the crowd, tell them it's going to be a touchdown or a big play. I remember Jackson got a little flea flicker in there, and I was telling everybody it's about to be a touchdown. So everybody's making good plays, bouncing around. I mean, this is the best of the best. So grateful to be here, grateful to represent Fairhope and Duke and Notre Dame.
Now you let us see what Jalen Milroe can figure you back here.
Yeah, no kidding. I don't know what the deal is in the second half, but I got to keep my arm loose in case something happens.
Thanks a lot, Riley. Good luck.
Thank you. Jesus bless.
That was awesome, Tom. Thanks very much. Riley Leonard's going to be training with David Morris of QB Country right here in Mobile as he prepares for the draft, and as such actually talked to about 200 campers that QB Country has each and every year as part of the Senior Bowl festivities. Had a great message for the kids and connecting with your teammates, being a guy that others can count on, and not letting others' opinion of you affect how you play. As we watch Jalen Milroe take a shot for the middle of the field for Arian Smith. That one falls incomplete. And we're going to have the punt team out onto the field for the American team. Let's take a look at this one here, DJ.
Yeah, that one, the ball just got down on him a little bit. See it, the nose goes down just a little bit short.
Now, before
what were you drawing
before
there,
the play,
Sate?
did you see how it rectangled the line of scrimmage? What did you say at the start of this game?
What's that? Meat
potatoes game, right? So prior to that pass play, that's all we've seen is that defensive front dominating up the line of scrimmage. Ty Robinson with the big play on the last one before the pass. That's what we've seen so far is that meat and potatoes you described at the top of the game.
And just to go back real quick, Rhett, I think I figured it out why Riley was so excited. As someone who came so close to getting a ring, he was very excited to see someone else get theirs.
Oh, see, wow. I knew it. No word on whether any Reese's peanut butter cups were used to influence the decision on that marriage proposal. We're back from Mobile next. All right, back here with you from Mobile. One of the favorites from the 2023 Senior Bowl, Cody Mauch, road grader up there, North Dakota State. Selection by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, second-round pick in that 23 draft, and has been starting ever since, and has been a mainstay on that offensive line, protecting Baker Mayfield, opening up holes for Bucky Irving and company, and now Gray Zabel, the next in a long line of North Dakota State Bison offensive linemen that have made a mark here in Mobile.
Someone who turned down a boatload of money in the transfer portal to stay and finish at North Dakota State and capped it off, CD, with a national championship.
That's a lot of love from North Dakota State, but even more love for the teammates and the people that he was with. He just did not want to leave that atmosphere. And it's not like you can't get to the NFL from North Dakota State. He understood. He was being prepared for the NFL there. It still takes a lot to turn down the amount of money that was coming his way.
Dylan Radins, Cordell Volson, among those that were up there in Fargo and are now playing in the league. Zabel will be next. Overall practice player of the week as voted on by all 32 teams. You heard Jim Nagy.
I'll start. Offense, number 64. 5-yard penalty, second down.
Jim was talking to Tom Pelissero, talking about Gray Zabel, and we talk to Tom now. Tom?
Population 69. Graduated last May with a major in agribusiness and minors in economics and precision agriculture. So I would imagine if they're trying to bring you out to the West Coast or something, those skills may not be as of much use, Rhett.
Great work there. Is that him on a combine? Standing in the field from Mound City, South Dakota, as we get a big-time play. Taylor Elgersma connecting with Pat Bryant.
That's a gorgeous throw, DJ.
That was fantastic. He got so much air under it. They just dropped it beautifully in the bucket. It's nice to know international relations are in such a great spot right now.
Well, the way he threw this pass, guys, is that not somewhat reminiscent of Russell Wilson in the moon ball, deep ball that he likes to throw?
Drew a little rain with that one.
Put that one up there, let the receiver run under it. A gorgeous throw.
Yeah, 43-yard connection with no tariff required.
Well done, Rhett. And you mentioned he won the Heisman, the Canadian Heisman Trophy.
That's
up
right.
There.
Another shot with Tyrion Ingram Dawkins trailing him, and Ingram Dawkins going to bring him down, but not after Elgersma is able to push forward for a few yards.
That's the difference between the SEC and Canadian defensive linemen. You're not outrunning those dudes.
Yeah, there's no patience when you get out in open space with those two. Bring up a second down, but Elgersma doing a nice job operating the offense, and that's one. Did you see him just back out of the huddle? Yep. Right there. Make sure they got everybody in with the substitutions. The headset communications is not new to him. They've actually instituted that across the north of the border as well, just as they did in college football this year. So he's been used to that coach-to-player communication. You know, his head coach, Coach Faulds up at Laurier University, said that he was, a hockey player in his bag, as you might expect from Canada. But he plays the game that way, too, which will be fun to watch. Here's Kyle Williams on a reverse. Going to try to, Kyle Williams on the reverse right there.
Boy, that well played, though.
I'm glad they let him touch the football.
Yeah, that's what we were hoping for.
That's really well played, though, because right in the middle of the field, looked like, God, who had that? 31. We got another number switch, I know.
That's Melvin Smith.
Okay, Melvin Smith, 31. And then you had not Bishop, but Jacob Parrish, number 10 from Kansas State. Both of them waiting for the reverse to come their way.
All right, a third down for Elgersma in the red zone here, and he's going to get that out to his back. Woody Marks, but he was out of bounds.
He had it so early. DJ, you want to talk us through that?
He's just wondering, he's in between. Am I going to run it? Am I going to throw it? And Woody's got to have a little bit of awareness to stop there as we look at the matchup of two heavyweights here. That's Zabel. I believe that's Savon Jones going up against each other. He just gets his hands inside and locks him up.
What happened was he had that throw to Woody Marks twice, turned it down twice. By the time he threw it the third time, Woody had drifted over the sideline, so it couldn't be complete at that point.
So another field goal opportunity for Ryan Fitzgerald, 0 for 1 on the day at the 57-yard attempt in the first half that had the leg but was just a bit outside. This one will go from 39 yards. On the hold, you'll have Jeremy Crawshaw. William Wagner snapping back. And that one is good. And at long last, we have broken the tie. 11-8 now, courtesy of Fitzgerald's right foot. And the national team goes on top in the final seconds of the third quarter here from Mobile.
Got a lot of leg, man.
He does. I mean, 5 for 5 on 50-plus yard field goals this year. Says he talks a lot with Dustin Hopkins, Florida State alum. Talks very close with the Aguayo brothers. The kicking fraternity is pretty tight-knit. And, I think it's special to think about the operation. As an all-Big Ten holder myself, DJ. Down, so shout out to... Indeed. Taking a look at Major Ventrone. He's got the call sheet. Tom, Major's got the call sheet. We might need you to go influence his next offensive play call here as the American team gets ready to come back on offense. Brashard Smith back deep to receive. All right, we're going to get Fitzgerald to kick things off. Going to make sure we get all 11 out there to cover this kick.
Yeah, I don't think that Major's gotten all of his trick plays in yet. He's got one or two more he wants to fire, I'm sure.
All right, another knuckleball kick that just scoots into the end zone and avoids going out of bounds for the procedure penalty. We go down to Tom Pelissero.
All right, I'm actually standing here with Bubba Ventrone, who's had Major. He's holding a play sheet, Bubba. He's 11 years old. Are you getting some tips? Can you put in some trick plays?
Yeah, he had a really good day yesterday. And I will say this, Jim Nagy's brought an incredible group of young men to this place. They were so nice to my son. Unbelievable.
And he got to meet those quarterbacks who he's used to watching every week. He's a big football junkie.
All four of them were terrific to him. Seriously, it was something else.
All right, so what do we got here? It's 11-8 game, 32 seconds left in the third quarter. What's the strategy moving forward?
We gotta do a better job of gaining yards early in the series.
That would have done it. Seth Hennigan going to go the rest of the way?
Honestly, I would anticipate, yeah. I'm going to talk to Joel as soon as the quarter hits, so you might see Milroe back in there, possibly. So.
Thanks, Bubba. Guys?
Got Seth Hennigan going now, right, Rhett?
That's right.
Nice play by Castro right there.
Really good play. Because that ball is well thrown, DJ.
Yeah, he was taking a shot for Jalen Royals from Utah State. And as we get close to the end of the third quarter.
By the way, 11-8, ideal sleep time. Not a normal football score.
You get 9 hours these days. That's fantastic.
Sleep's important, buddy.
I'm with you.
Do you have a sleep number as well?
All right, that'll do it for 3 quarters from the 76th Reese's Senior Bowl here in Mobile, Alabama. American team will continue with the rock. The parade on Friday is one of the great events. Had Eli Young Band and Sammy Kershaw out there for the concert. Another great week of festivities put on by this fantastic family here at the Reese's Senior Bowl.
And now we meet the new Reese's Big Cup with chocolate lava, which obviously comes from the Reese's volcano. It flows with ooey gooey, melty chocolate lava. I'm no geologist, but that looks pretty darn good.
Now Taxes is getting the TurboTax app and filing your taxes yourself 100% free if you didn't file with us last year. Now this is taxes. File free in the app by 2/18 when you switch to TurboTax Do It Yourself.
Have you ever dreamt of getting 2 of your fave Wendy's items for $7? Like a spicy chicken sandwich, Dave's single, or 10-piece nugs? Well, today's the day your oddly specific dream comes true. Pretty good dream. 2 faves for just $7? Gotta be Wendy's.
When you partner with CDW, something amazing happens. Cloud transforms the way you work and learn. Security protects critical data and stays ahead of threats. AI finds new opportunities and more sustainable strategies. CDW designs and builds custom services and solutions so you get more out of your technology. Make amazing happen. CDW.
was on my regular route when I find this note. Bring rings to beach wedding.
FedEx presents Tall Tales of True Deliveries.
So I grabbed the rings and hustled down the beach.
Who has the rings?
I do. I do. Okay, save wedding, all set. Just another day on the job.
If this is what we did for love, see what we can do for your business. FedEx.
Old Spice Super Hydration Body Wash. The sweet scent of a honeymoon in Fiji. Moisturize with vitamin B3.
You better not be using all the Old Spice.
Can you get my bag?
They got the win.
The Kansas City Chiefs win for a chance for a three-peat.
Now, get the gear. The Kansas City Chiefs are AFC champs. And you can get your hands on the official trophy collection.
You're gonna have to deal with the Chiefs.
Including the championship t-shirt and hat.
The Lamar Hunt Trophy back in Kansas City.
They wore it on the field. Now you can wear it everywhere. Shop now and get free shipping at NFLshop.com.
About 145 miles west on I-10 to New Orleans is where you'll find Jalen Hurts this week. But a few years ago, you found him right here in Mobile, Alabama, slinging it around at the Senior Bowl. Parlayed that into a second-round draft choice by the Philadelphia Eagles, where he is now getting set for Super Bowl appearance number 2 with this Philly squad. Jalen Milroe, perhaps hoping to follow in Jalen Hurts' footsteps. And, when we talk about that quarterback 3 conversation, DJ, we mentioned Jackson Dart. What has Jalen Milroe showed this week that might help evaluators figure out where he fits in this quarterback class?
I think it goes to how much confidence you have in your coaching and your quarterback coaching and your quarterback development plan, because everything is there. And if you want to chase a ceiling, his ceiling's as high as anybody in this entire draft class at that position. So throughout the week, there was enough. There's a fumbled snap.
We did. It looks like we've got the national team
we got a
jumping on it.
takeaway. We got a takeaway.
Junior Tafuna comes up with the football, and he's going to go celebrate in the end zone with his teammates. Oh, I love the celly. Look at it.
And that was Lampkin at center.
Yep.
Hennigan at quarterback. In past years, we've had more of this, though. Wouldn't you say, guys? This is the first time we've had a quarterback-center exchange issue in this ballgame.
And they've spent a little more time under center, too.
Yes.
Some of these years, they just park it in the gun, even in the all-star setting.
All right, so great field position for the national team offense as Tyler Shuck comes back into the lineup at quarterback.
And we've got, it looks like Zabel's playing center now.
He is. Guys, do we get official confirmation on the number of reps he took in one-on-ones and whether it was a Senior Bowl record?
Whatever number you think it is,
let's call it 50.
Bump it up. He did more.
And won most of them.
And many people, DJ, maybe I'm wrong, but I've heard from people who like him best at center.
I share that belief. I think he could be an all-pro center, and there's such value in that. To be able to set a firm pocket, to be that leadership position, he has all the traits you look for there.
Super Bowl coming up. Creed Humphrey was drafted, became an immediate starter for Kansas City. Cam Jurgens was drafted as a center and waiting. But Jason Kelsey was still there, and this year he took over.
LaQuint Allen on the carry out of Syracuse for this national team offense. Gray Zabel taking a look at his outstanding practice week, which earned him the overall practice player of the week.
That was the battle.
Farmer were good.
That was the battle all week long with him and Farmer. Here he is against Darius Alexander, another top 50 type player. It's just always on balance. His hands are in a great position. If he loses early, CD, he can recover.
Yeah, he re-anchors very well.
Shuck on the move. Gonna find the tight end, Harold Fannin, trying to dive for the end zone. They're gonna mark him just shy at about the 1.5 yard line, it looks like.
Just a tightrope in there.
You mentioned his ability, DJ, to get back into the fight if he loses early. In this case, he's not. Drive block to take him to the spot, which allows Shuck to get outside and get it to Fannin, who caught 117 balls this past season for Bowling Green.
Oh, that right foot just stepped out.
Good call by the official.
Yep, he did get that ball over the pylon. So we've got a goal. No tush push, by the way, allowed here at Senior Bowl.
Hallelujah.
Tyler Shuck going to take one. End zone shot. Oh. nearly completed that one to Jalen Null, who was practice player of the week for the wide receiver group on the national team.
Caleb Ransaw was in good coverage.
Good
if he gets his eyes to it, he might pick it. He's in excellent position.
It's another good play by Ransaw, who's made some significant ones here so far. Tackled on last one of the series and then came up with an interception a couple plays later. Nice job being in position there to knock the ball away.
That should have been caught, though, when you see that angle.
John Sumrall called Ransaw a 200-pound kid with versatility at safety, could cover on the outside or work inside here. Shuck. Oh, this one's going, and that is complete for the score. Daquan Felton goes into the end zone.
Don't be a DB. Stop being a DB for 5 minutes.
That's not an illegal screen.
That's not an illegal screen.
We don't debate touchdowns in all-star games, Charles.
The Chiefs are going to run this play 8 times next week. That's not a pick.
Oh, that's fantastic.
That's clean. I got to give it to him. That was not.
That was clean.
That was really good. Restrepo, his movement on that one had me thinking that he did something illegal.
You're not going to lose your DB card. Okay? It's not going to be revoked.
Man, Restrepo, I had to go back on that one. That one hurts.
Yeah.
That one hurts. That was clean.
Never doubt the offense.
Oh, I doubt the offense all the time because I know you guys. I know how you operate.
Tyler Shuck, 2-point conversion. Rolling right.
Nice catch.
Got it complete. And this time, Jalen Null does bring it in for the 2-point conversion, extending the national team lead. Take another look as Tyler Shuck going to make this a 2-possession ball game here. 19-8. Shuck firing on both sides of the end zone. And Daquan Felton, feeling good here from Mobile with an 11-point lead.
We are trying really hard to get you Reese's Peanut Butter Cups, but there is only so much we can do here. You're going to have to meet us halfway. Well, the whole way, actually.
I'm an overpowered leaf blower, and I'm not exactly street legal.
And if you don't have the right auto coverage, this could really blow your budget. So get Allstate, save money, and be protected from mayhem. Yeah, like me.